Hello everyone, it's Mandra at RTC Ground Care, and today I'm going to walk you through the features of the Segway Navimow 108 and how to use the Segway Navimow app. So starting by going into the sidebar, I'm going to show you the map management feature. So if you go into the map, you'll see it's just connecting, there we go. You'll see that it comes up with the map size. So we've got a total mapped area of 606 meters squared out of the 800 meters squared that's available to us. You will not ever be able to exceed the 800 meters squared that is the capability of that machine. So obviously that would be 500 meters squared if you had a 105, and etc, etc. So starting by showing you the add more features. So the add more feature is something that you use to create either a new zone or to create a no-go zone, a pathway, or to create a temporary area where you have no camera action, and it's also where you can enable the newest feature. So starting by showing you how to add a new boundary. So what you would do is you would calibrate your machine. So you can see that it's now created 100%. We can start mapping. So if you press start, I'll just show you briefly using the help section of the app. So basically what you're going to do is, this is creating a new zone. So if you go to start mapping, then you are going to reach a starting point. So you're going to select the starting point, use the remote control to take it to where you want it to start mapping. Once you've reached a starting point, you're going to use the mapping features to start creating your map. Now there is an eraser at the top of the mapping page. This is so that if you press and hold, you can go back on any mistakes that were made. Now the standard boundary is the one that basically goes next to your chosen area. So you're using the right hand wheel of your machine as a guide for where it is going to stop cutting. If you want the ride-on boundary, this is going to cut over the boundary. So this is for areas that are basically grass onto tarmac, grass onto patio that are sunken slabs, and etc. If you use the assist mapping, this is for smaller, less complex gardens, and this will use the camera to help you map the boundary. That's a bit of instruction there on the assist mapping. Now obviously there are other things to keep in mind, which is the signal, so you need to stay within range of your mower whilst you're mapping. So as you can see, this is the mapping page. I've got it as I've reached the starting point, and now I can walk along and use the arrows to start mapping. So if I want to go forward, and then I could turn it to the side, go forward again, create a little zone, as you can see I'm doing, and then I'm just going to straight line it home. And to straight line it home, I'm just going to I'll press complete, and I'm just going to quit mapping because I don't actually want to create a new zone. So that is the way that you add a new boundary. So this is how you create a no-go zone. So you would just tap that, and then you can use the remote control features to create a no-go zone. Next, you've got your channel, which is pathways. So that's how you can create a way to go from zone to zone. The vision fence off zone is basically an area in which you don't want your camera enabled. This can be helpful for anything that's a sunken obstacle, such as a drain cover or a sunken patio slab or something like a stepping stone, where you can actually have your machine go over it, but the camera will pick it up as an obstacle and it will go round it. So this is so that you can disable it just for that area so that the machine mows over it. Now, Doodle is the new feature that's just come out with Segway. This is quite handy if you are a business or you have a brand. So you can actually use this as a bit of fun to create a pattern in your lawn. So as you'll see, there's a bit here that says Add Doodle, and you can either have certain creative logos that come as standard, or you can have letters and numbers where you just type in what you want. So I'll put a TW for Thorpewood because I'm at Thorpewood. And if you press confirm, it will then come up and you can sort of use your 2 fingers to pinch and position about where you want it. Use that to rotate, and when you're happy you just press done and that will create your doodle pattern. Next, you've got the edits section. So if you press on a zone and then press edit, it will come up with adjust, split, merge, mowing direction, rename and edge mowing. So adjust is for adjusting a boundary. So what you would do is you would create the start point, use the app like a controller to direct the mower along where you want the new boundary to be. The split feature is for splitting a zone. So this is quite handy if you want a temporary separate zone for, say for example, wildflowers and you want to avoid it. Then you've also got the merge feature, which is to reverse the split zones. And then you've also got mowing direction. Now mowing direction is about where you have your stripes. So for example, we've got just one direction enabled, therefore we've just got stripes. If you wanted checkerboard, you would enable 2 and you would have it cross pattern like this. This would give it the checkerboard look. If you wanted more, you could have up to 6 directions selected. Here we only have 1, but you can go with whatever suits your preferences, and you can use the slider at the side to fine tune it to the right direction for your lawn layout. So that's the mowing direction. And obviously rename is self-explanatory. That's so that you can name your zones. So for example, you could have one as your back lawn, and I don't know if the layout is suitable for it, you could have one as your front lawn. Edge mowing is a feature that basically we normally always keep enabled. It's so that it cuts the boundary every time it goes out to mow on the schedule. So if you keep these enabled, it will mow around your boundaries and around your no-go zones. So obviously you can disable that if you want to, depending on whatever you would like. Also on the map management, you can use the bin at the top. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to delete any zones, but you can select a zone and delete it using the bin icon at the top, or you can delete the entire map if you deselect the zone and just press delete. So those are the features on the mapping management. Thank you for watching.